And there is some widespread devastation all across Panama City right now.
Let's go to CBS 42 News reporter Michael Clark picking up our team coverage live in Panama City tonight. Michael, we've been watching your reporting all afternoon. You have seen some incredible devastation.
Yeah, Jack, Sherry, it's difficult to see. And first, I want to call your attention to what's most immediately visible here just in the streets of downtown Panama City. This is what looks to be a guardrail of some sort, and then also a tree branch. This is stuck in one of the main intersections of Harrison Avenue and 6th Street. And as you can kind of see here, there are cars that are still coming down the street despite there being a downed line that is straight ahead of you there. There are power crews that are going to be working to clean some of this stuff up. We're not exactly sure if that's a power line or a telephone line, but there are all sorts of lines and poles down all over Panama City. And then if you can take a look on the side of this First Baptist Church here, there are all sorts of roofing materials that have fallen and toppled from the top of this church. You can kind of see there's some of it hanging off of the top of this building here, and then even back towards the end of the street. That's the HVAC unit. That's an air conditioning unit that has fallen from the top of the roof. There's another part of that unit to the left. And see, this is what we're concerned about, because the wind is still picking up and there's a lot of this debris that is still easily thrown about by the wind. We saw a couple of pieces of sheet metal. Obviously, that stuff is very dangerous, and so we want to make sure that we are out of the way of any of the debris that may be flying away. So again, as we kind of were walking around earlier, we saw all sorts of debris that could have been dangerous to life. I mean, look at these sheet metals that had nails just through the side of these. These were thrown about at 100-mile-an-hour plus winds when that hurricane came through here today. We were walking around seeing the devastation. We talked to several people who lost their homes or had significant damage. We talked to one woman who was thinking about trying to leave, but she said because she wanted to stay here for her business, they made the difficult decision to stay. And this is what she said this afternoon after the damage.
It's really devastating.
How are you?
I just didn't think it was going to be this bad. I've lived through a lot of hurricanes in my life, and I just never thought it could be this devastating. I've never seen it this devastating.
Now, the main concern for folks now is power outages. Obviously, you can see behind us here, there are several power poles that are snapped, lines that have been cut, and so that is going to be a big problem for crews in the days ahead, making sure that power is turned back on and that people are safe. I'm sure right now several of the emergency crews are out checking on people, making sure they're okay, as this thing really just kind of cleared out within the last couple of hours, and first responders are just now getting a chance to go in some of these hard-hit areas and see for themselves just how some of those folks have fared. So we'll, of course, continue to bring you live reports and updates from Panama City throughout the evening. But for now, reporting live in downtown Panama City, Michael Clark, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.